Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Coming to you live from the Coach Jerry Mosser Court inside the Gordon Lozier Athletic Center on the campus of Bellevue University. We bring you men's basketball action in the NAIA, an interconference battle between the North Star Athletic Association and the Great Plains Athletic Conference, as the home team Bellevue University Bruins take on the visiting Briar University Chargers out of Sioux City, Iowa. Mick Krupski along with Jimmy Allen to bring you the play-by-play and color commentary of tonight's contest. Jimmy, we're kind of in the Sioux City portion of the Bellevue schedule.
We're just making our way across the map. We obviously are excited about this interconference matchup tonight, and there's a ton of talent on the floor and a lot of reasons to be excited tonight.
The Bruins lost to Morningside University out of Sioux City, Iowa on Saturday night. The other Sioux City school, Briar on the floor here, the home floor for the Bruins this evening. Let's take a look at these two teams. On the year, the Bellevue Bruins are 4-9 overall, have yet to begin play in the North Star Athletic Association. For the Briar Chargers, they're 9-4, 3-3 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. Tell us a little bit about some of the firepower for the visiting Briar Chargers.
Yeah, it all starts with Matthew Stillwell, the 6'2" Johnson, Iowa native, averaging 23.9 points per game. He also gets it done on the boards. He's averaging 6 rebounds a game. He leads Briar in rebounds as well. And
he's also the leading assist giver as well, just under 3 assists per game. So a three-headed offensive output by Matthew Stillwell.
Yeah, and talking to Coach Lucas Gabriel, he said, you know, we got to stop them in transition. It's him being able to score the basketball and distribute it. So you got to find a way to stop 55 at all costs tonight.
Jamison Helmers averages just under 15 points per game. Blake Sindelar just under 14. And Will Luger, their fourth double-digit scorer with 10.4. On the year, the Chargers are averaging 82 points per game. They're allowing 78. They shoot 47% from the floor, 35% from behind the three-point arc, and 76% at the free throw line. Let's look at the home team, the Bellevue University Bruins.
Well, obviously, TJ Fritz was back the last time we were here, coming back from that hand injury. He's Bellevue's leading scorer still, despite missing games this year, 14.7 points per game. Jerome Bynum is kind of where the straw that stirs the drink, though, starts. Number 25 is going to be important tonight. He's going to have to score the basketball and work in transition as well, both offensively and defensively.
Nigel Wilson, also a double-digit scorer for the Bruins. Jaden Phillips just under that double-digit mark. We had a chance to talk to Lucas Gabriel before tonight's game. You already mentioned Briar. The Bruins need to try to keep them out of transition.
They like to get out and run. That's where they make their money at tonight, and that's what they're going to try to do against this Bellevue team. Just looking at shoot-around today, I would say Bellevue has the size advantage by a considerable margin. Might be in Lucas Gabriel's best effort to kind of get late in the shot clock, maybe play a little half-court basketball, put the game in a phone booth and win that fight.
Bruins need to out-rebound the Chargers and get the ball inside to the Bruins' big men to take advantage of that height advantage.
Yeah, when we were here last, obviously Nigel Wilson was a big part of what Bellevue was doing. He's not in the starting lineup tonight. He might be the key off the bench tonight.
In last Saturday's contest in Sioux City, TJ Fritz and Caleb Chang, each of them scoring a career high. Actually, TJ with 24 points tied a career high in points scored. For Caleb Chang, 13 points, his career high. So the Bruins looking for offense again from those two guys as they take on Briar.
Yeah, and the offense just looked different when they were both out there, right? I mean, when you have TJ out there, it just looked like the offense was a little bit more out in transition. They like to get up and run. And then when Lucas was out there, it was more of a let the pace sit, direct traffic, run the offense, don't take shots right away, and more of looking for the extra pass style offense.
About 100 miles distance between these two schools in Bellevue and Sioux City. This series dates back to 1974, so I was a young man then. You were still a glint in your parents' eyes.
Yeah, I wasn't even thought of. I might have still had hair back then.
The Chargers lead the all-time series 11-10 over the course of those contests dating back almost 50 years now.
Let's get to 500 tonight then, BU.
All right, once again, we want to invite you to join our broadcast tonight. If you're listening in, whether you're a Bellevue fan or a Briar fan, if you'd like to send along a text message to us, my number is 402-515-7654. Bellevue fans, you have that number memorized for all season long. Briar fans, we invite you as well. Again, that number 402-515-7654. As you look down on the floor, the Bruins have finished with their pregame warm-ups. They head back to the bench to get some final thoughts from head coach Lucas Gabriel and his two assistants, Nate Geiser and Aaron Havis. The Chargers now follow suit. They'll head over to their bench. They'll have the opportunity to talk with their coaching staff. Head guy there is Mark Svagera. His assistants are Brian Forbes and Logan Pratt. All right. National Anthem, introduction to the starting lineups coming up in just a second. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network. Jimmy Allen's over there. I'm over here. Mick Krupski, thanks for joining us. Let's listen in as we play our national anthem. Let's listen in as Ray Quinn, our public address announcer, gets the starting lineups.
Briar Cliff. Starting guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Cherokee, Iowa. Number 3, Will Luger. And another guard, a 6'1" grad student from Indianola, Iowa. Number 4, Quinn, BC. That guard, a 6'4" sophomore from Howells, Nebraska. Number 11, Blake Sindelar. That guard, a 6' senior from Milford, Iowa. Number 22, Jamison Elmer. And a guard, a 6'2" senior from Johnston, Iowa. Number 55, Matthew Stillwell. The Chargers are coached by head coach Mark Sadara. There we go. And along with Brian Forbes and Logan Pratt. And now here's the starting lineup for your Bellevue Bruins. Starting at guard, a 6'3" junior from Manhattan, Kansas, number 2, T.J. Fritz. At forward, a 6'5" senior from Falcon, Arkansas, number 5, McKean Loudermill. At guard, a 6'1" junior from John Ford, California, number 11, Christian Carter. At guard, a 6'5" junior from Oakland, California, number 12, Jaden Phillips. And at guard, a 6' senior from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Jerome Bynum. The Bruins are coached by head coach Lucas Gabriel this season, assisted by Nate Geitzer and Aaron Havis.
All right, thanks, Ray. As we get ready for the opening tip-off, the Bruins in their home white jerseys with gold trim, the visiting Briar Cliff Chargers in royal blue with gold and white trim there. Early keys, Jimmy.
You got to get out quickly to this. I think that's the key to the game. Good news if you're a Bellevue fan, listen to this. The Bellevue Bruins are winless on the road. All of their wins have come at home. You got to get the familiarity with your home gym quicker than the away team could figure out how the rim rolls in.
Chargers control the opening tip. They have the first possession into the hands, driving down the right side of Matthew Stillwell, leading scorer, leading rebounder, do-it-all guy for the Chargers. Bruins going to try to keep a tight look on him. Spin move inside, switch to the left hand. Nice move inside by Blake Sindelar.
Bruins coming out running here. You like to see it. Quick transition here. He's probably going to get an open look on the left side. There it is.
Good reversal of the basketball. Now the look inside. Loudermill bounce past T.J. Fritz. Bruins first shot, a three-pointer. That one's off the mark. The rebound pulled down by Blake Sindelar.
Not sure what Christian Carter didn't like there. He had a wide open look on the wing.
Chargers with their second possession. Ball into the hands of Sindelar. Now the give to Vesey. He's stopped Finds a teammate. Quick release from near the Bruin bench. That one's off the mark on the shot by Jamison Helmers. Bruins with the rebound into the hands of Christian Carter. He'll bring it across the floor.
Back-to-back possessions for the Charger without 55 shooting the ball. That's a good look for the Bruins.
Jaden Phillips with the basketball over near the Chargers bench. Look inside to Blake Loudermill. McKean with a nice move. Right-handed shot in the lane. Bruins are on the board with their first bucket.
Interesting look there from the Bruins. They picked their two bigs out to the wings and then put the guards underneath. Made an easy basket. Took advantage of the size advantage.
Chargers working on their side of the floor. Will Luger pulls up his dribble. Here's Still behind the three-point arc. Doesn't take the shot. On the switch, the Bruins defender, Jaden Phillips, now on guard of Quinn Vesey. Shot clock into single digits. Bynum on defense, trying to body up against Blake Sindelar. Sindelar shot up and good, 4-2.
Great job by Jerome there. Sindelar tried baiting him into an easy foul. He didn't give it to him. He played with space there. Smart play, even though he gave up the basket.
Just about 2 minutes have gone by in the opening 20-minute half of tonight's contest. Makeem Loudermill at the top of the key, over to Bynum. Bynum again, right side. He'll launch for three, and a little bit too strong off the back of the rim.
Love that shot by Jerome. He waited until he had a guy down low to try to get a rebound before he let that shot go. Just too strong.
Again, Sindelar trying to body inside of the paint. The kick out pass off the mark on the shot by Will Luger. And again, the Bruins get the defensive rebound and head up the floor. Jaden Phillips leading the charge. Chargers back on defense, so no easy transition. Jerome Bynum into the lane, and a foul will be called.
Ooh, he hit his head hard on the bleachers over there. Hope he's okay.
Number 4.
Quinn Vesey picks up his first personal foul, first foul of the game. Vesey thought he had all ball, but officials saw it differently. Jerome Bynum at the line for 2 shots.
The way the pace of this game's going, you don't want to see 25 for too many minutes on the bench tonight.
Bynum, an 87% free throw shooter on the season.
That percentage just went up.
First substitutions in the game for the Bruins. Liam Thompson comes in and Nigel Wilson as well. Loudermill and Phillips head to the bench for a quick break. Bynum ready for his next shot. Over 12 points per game this season average for Jerome. He ties the ball game at 4 apiece. A little backcourt pressure by the Bruins. Across the timeline.
Interesting thing here, Stillwell just draws a double team every time he goes in. Bellevue see him perfectly comfortable in that 2 deep zone.
Baseline drive by Will Luger. Gets an easy look inside. He gets the bucket and the and-one free throw.
They're going to have to figure that out. Lucas Gabriel's got both of his backcourt dropping in and taking 55 every time he goes down and try to contain Stillwell. Stillwell's just finding a way to make it happen. That's why he leads his team in assists.
Nigel Wilson picks up his first personal foul, first Bruin foul of the game. And the three-point play converted by Will Luger. Now the Chargers apply a little backcourt pressure too. Again, not to try to steal, but just delay the Bruins a little bit to get into their offensive flows. Inside of Christian Carter. Good switch for the Chargers. Here's Fritz from the corner. The three-pointer is good. TJ Fritz, 1 for 2 from three-point land thus far tonight.
Nigel Wilson got away with a little bit of a moving screen there. Bellevue got lucky on that one.
Chargers back on offense. Royal blue and gold, their school colors. Reversal to the other side. Across the way, Coach Mark Svagera shouting out directions. A bounce pass inside. Nice bounce pass inside by Helmers to Luger, but the Bruins defense reacts.
Nigel Wilson with a great block there, trying to create some offensive space on the other side of the floor. Just a train wreck going on the left side of the key there. A lot of traffic.
Everybody flooding that left side of the floor. Shot clock down to 10 for the Bruins. Here's Bynum, splits a couple of defenders. The kick out pass finds TJ Fritz. Fritz off the front of the rim. No good, into the hands of Blake Sindelar. Chargers quickly down the floor into the hands of Stillwell. Still has not put off a shot, and that's going to be a traveling violation. Good defense by TJ Fritz.
The story of this game so far is what TJ Fritz has been able to do away from the ball, whether it be on defense or just drawing the extra pass down here on the opposite side of the floor.
Jaden Phillips back into the game for the Bruins, along with Raiden Groby and Caleb Chang. First time on the floor for Chang and Groby. Here's Wilson coming up from the high post.
Got tall ball lineup right now for Bellevue. See if they take advantage of it down the post.
Bruins working the left side. Here comes Phillips turning the corner into the lane. Looks for help. Thought Wilson flashed for just a second. Back to the top of the key. The Bruins will reset the offense.
I think Gabriel would want to see Caleb take this shot. Yep, that's what I was just about to say. I think you set up that shot for him to take that over on the left side.
Step back three a little bit too long. Rebound collected by the Chargers. Both teams doing a good job on the defensive glass. Have not had an offensive rebound yet tonight. Here's the drive by Vesey. Covered up by Thompson. Vesey once again around the corner to Matthew Stillwell. Phillips forces the turnover. Over to Jaden. He has a good look from three-point land. A little bit too short. The Bruins only 1 out of 6 from three-point land thus far tonight. Here comes the sprint up the floor by Will Luger. Cut off. Kickback pass off the back of the rim. No good. As Vesey tries to draw the foul. Looking inside to Wilson. That one's tipped away. Nice defensive play by Luger to Vesey.
Looks like this Briarcliff pace has just really caught the Bruins off guard so far. They just haven't been able to play with confidence on the other side of the field, on the other side of the court offensively.
A whistle from the near side official. That foul's going to go against Jaden Phillips, his first personal foul. Second team foul against the Bruins. Wholesale line change for the home team. Also in Tyrus Eichscheid for the Chargers, his first time in the game.
Back in number 5, Loudermill, along with number 11.
Just under 5 minutes have elapsed. 7-7 our score. Both teams still trying to find an offensive flow in this one. Turning around the corner, the kickback pass stolen by Jerome Bynum. Jerome on a one-on-one sprint down the floor, off the glass and in.
Lucas Gabriel noticed that pace, wasn't able to keep it with the lineup he had out there. Got his speed back out on the court. Good call.
Bruins up by 2. Man-to-man defense employed by both squads thus far the entire game.
Hope Jerome Bynum brought some Gatorade with him tonight. He's going to have a lot of minutes.
Sindelar working inside, kick out pass. Matthew Stillwell off the mark on his first shot of the game. Christian Carter with the board, bringing the ball up the floor. Fritz thought about the three, kick out pass. Jaden Phillips had a look. Leaves it behind for Jerome Bynum. Bruins will reset the offense. Here comes Loudermill. Bynum trying to work on the give and go with McKean. McKean couldn't find the handle. Stillwell with the steal. Matthew Stillwell trying to drive through the entirety of the Bruins team as he brings the ball up the floor. He'll draw the foul.
Too bad McKean couldn't make that shot. That pass by TJ Fritz was incredible. The fact that he saw that from the opposite side of the court was incredible.
Bruin foul will go against TJ Fritz. First personal, third team. They say Stillwell was in the act of shooting, so he'll get a couple of free throws. Bent over, catching his breath here. He's been on the floor the entirety of the game.
I think he might have taken a shot to his lower extremities there and just recovering from that.
Don't want to be more specific than that.
I do not,
yeah,
yes.
Okay. Stillwell makes the first. – 79% free throw shooter on the season. As a team, the Chargers shoot 76% from the stripe on the year. 13:57 as we're tied at 9. Neither team has had more than a 2-point lead. Here's Christian Carter, top of the key. Now the lead for Jerome Bynum. Jerome finds the lane down the left side and banks it home. Bruins back on top.
You love to see that, the physicality that you saw there from Jamison Helmers, and it just didn't really affect the way the dribble happened at all. And then
McKean Loudermill with the steal down the floor and the basket.
Exact opposite ritual effect on the other side.
Turning defense into offense. The Bruins up by 4, 13-9. Timeout called by Briar Cliff. 13:23 remaining in the first half. The home team 13, the visitors 9. Jimmy, we talked about some of the keys to the game early on. How have they transpired thus far?
Yeah, Bellevue's doing a good job of stopping in transition right now, and a lot of that is the way that Lucas Gabriel's handling his bench right now. 9 Bruins have touched the court for Bellevue, just 6 Chargers for Briar Cliff right now. They're going deep into the bench, trying to keep their legs fresh for the second half, probably the late push here in the first half, and that's why they lead by 4 points. 30-second
timeout has come to an end. A couple of texts in the queue. Let's go, Nigel. We love you. From your sister, NAIA. in Tucson. Again, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, but I'll give it a shot every time you send in.
I think 14 is going to be a big piece of the puzzle tonight. He's got to get a little more confidence right now. He played a couple sparing minutes there. I think he's going to be a big piece of what they try to do here in the later half of the first half.
Chargers with that strategic timeout trying to change the flow of the game. Here's Stillwell with the basketball, looking for help from a teammate. Blake Sindelar comes to his rescue. Now into the hands of Garrett Trapp, who checked in during that stoppage of play. Back to Sindelar. Let's see if Briarcliff tries to rely more on Sindelar. Hasn't taken a lot of shots thus far. Instead, the shot inside by Tyrus Eichscheid goes out of bounds. It'll be Bellevue basketball.
A little bit of switch up there defensively. Bellevue dropped out of that zone into man on that possession. It worked out for him.
One more quick look at a text message. Let's go Bruins from Liam's grandparents listening in Scottsdale. Let's go Bruins. Bruins back on the offensive end. A 4-0 run from the home team. Chang saves it from going over and back.
Shooters out on the court now. Caleb Chang and TJ Fritz out there down to 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Jaden Phillips, just like the Red Sea parting before him, saw the opening and slams it home.
Yeah, you should probably equate for number 12 or he's going to make you pay for it.
So a falter on the defense there for the Chargers leads to a nice 2-point play for the Bruins. Into the lane, little runner, up, off the mark, a little bit too short on the shot by Jamison Helmers. Again, the Bruins clear it.
Great job by McKeem Lattimore there, playing defense without fouling.
Phillips tries to get the pass away, instead winds up in the hands of Tyrus Eichscheid, the turnover.
Jaden was feeling it, he wanted back-to-back dunks.
Only the second turnover of the game against the Bruins, a drive down the lane by Matthew Stillwell.
Go against the Bruins, starts number 4, Chang. His first.
2 Bruins, 1 Charger check in. Non-shooting foul, so first foul against
Number 3, Luger.
Caleb Chang. 4th team foul against the home team Bruins.
I don't know about that one. Caleb had a large space between him and the Chargers.
Inbounds play for the Chargers, back into the hands of Stillwell. Now in the drive, Luger into the lane, contact with Liam Thompson. Shot off the mark, no foul call as Thompson was in good defensive position there. Into Wilson, again the steal. Strong defensive play from Tyrus Eichscheid. Last 2 times down the floor.
Nigel's got to do a better job to use his body there to get that lane blocked.
Baseline drive cut off by Thompson. Shot from the arc. That one's off the mark once again on the attempt by Tyrus Eichscheid, and the Bruins will slow down the pace a little bit. Bruins have not allowed an offensive rebound. The Chargers have not allowed an offensive rebound. Bruins out-rebounding by a 9-5 advantage on the defensive glass.
A little bit of confusion at the start of this possession. Caleb Chang looked over to his bench. There was nothing there for him, though.
Over the top pass into the corner. Contact made. Foul's going to go against Garrett Trapp, his first personal. Just the second team foul against Briarcliff on Raiden Groby's drive to the hoop.
Yeah, the Bruins got down to 7 seconds left of that shot clock because I don't think they knew exactly what set was supposed to be ran.
20 seconds on. Nice pass inside from Chang to Wilson for the Bruin bucket.
Great vision by number 4 there, Caleb Chang, just seeing the open pass. Great look, size advantage, taking care of it down low.
8-point run for the Bruins. They have an 8-point lead at 17-9. Chargers dribbling around the perimeter. Now penetration inside. And then back to the outside. Here's Luger trying to drive left side of the lane. Double teamed on defense by the Bruins, but a nice pass inside, but stolen away. Raiden Groby. Let's see what the foul's going to be, if Groby's going to be called for the foul or not.
Looks like it's going against Briarcliff.
Charger ball.
Nope, it's going to go against the Bruins, as the Chargers will have the inbound play. Still waiting for the official word. Inbounds play for the Chargers. Turnaround shot, rattles a couple of times on the rim, and then goes down for Eichscheid.
Stole a page out of Bellevue's book on the other side here. Saw that go down low earlier to Nigel Wilson. Same exact play, just Briarcliff taking advantage of their size.
Fritz tries to pass to Groby, break into the lane. Solid defense by Matthew Stillwell on that play. Chargers trying to run. Open look for Luger. His shot is good. A 5-0 run for the Chargers as the Bruins will call a timeout. 10:04 remaining in the half. It's now the Bruins 17, the Chargers 14.
I think if you asked Lucas Gabriel before this game if you could hold Briar Cliff's leading scorer, Matthew Stillwell, to just 2 points. He'd probably be really happy with where they are 10 minutes in, or with 10 minutes left to go in this half.
And those 2 points came from the free throw line. He's only taken 1 shot. He's averaging a ton as the leading scorer. He's the second leading scorer in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, averaging just under 24 points per game.
Yeah, now you just got to find a way to slow down number 3. Will Luger is really taking advantage of the spacing and gaps left on defense by Bellevue tonight.
One more time, let's give you that text message number. It's 402-515-7654. Kind of a small to medium-sized crowd here tonight. The Bruins students, many of them will be heading home for the holidays.
Student section not as big as it was for the previous home game. I don't think there was a spot left open there. Most of the Bellevue baseball team was in attendance for that one.
And Jaden Phillips was standing on the sideline when he caught the pass. So the turnover against the Bruins. And we'll have a media timeout on the floor with 9:51 remaining in the first half. The Bellevue Bruins 17, the Briar Cliff Chargers 14.
That's something Jaden's got to figure out. That same exact spot on the floor of the last home game. Same exact spot, almost the same time in the game.
Yep.
Stepped out of bounds right there in that same spot.
One more text message in the queue. Let's keep the Bruins' love from the desert going. Let's keep the Bruins' love from the desert going. Okay, Team Carter checking in from Chandler, Arizona. Okay, there we go. I was thinking you were in California, but you're on the road in Arizona. Now it makes sense. Let's go, number 11, Christian C. Square Carter and Bellevue basketball. Nice flexing arm muscle there.
Hey, I want to talk about number 11 for a second, too, because Christian Carter's had 2 open looks in the basket tonight that he's passed up. I want to see number 11 get involved in this offense, get a couple shots off tonight, not only for the Bruins, but for his family to see a three-pointer tonight out there in the desert.
Kind of more of a ball control and rebounding kind of a guy than a shoot-first player during his career here at Bellevue University.
Hey, listen, eventually your eligibility runs out. You got to take advantage of those open looks sometimes. They're not going to put you on the stat sheet for just showing up. Get yours, Christian.
Bruins back out on the floor. There's the warning buzzer as the Chargers break huddle. Again, Lucas Gabriel now in his 5th year at the helm of the Bruin program. Mark Svagera, a couple years more, 7 years leading the Chargers.
Right now, Bellevue's just got to find their confidence offensively. They have 17 points right now, but they should probably be in the mid-20s. They've had a couple open looks at the basket, just haven't looked in rhythm offensively.
Bruins shooting about 20 percentage points better than the Chargers, but the Chargers just within 3 points. Stillwell with the basketball, the lead for Luger. Loses his footing, but gets the ball over to teammate Garrett Trapp. Now working the left side.
Would have loved to see McKean get a little more physical there and take advantage of the player down.
Luger inside, block from behind. Nice job. Wasn't sure if it was Thompson
that was
or
all
Loudermill.
That was all McKean Loudermill.
Bynum turning the corner on the left side. Foul call on his drive to the basket, not in the act of shooting. So the 3rd team foul against the Chargers. That will go against Blake Sindelar, his first. R.J. Smith checks into the game for the Bruins, the junior out of El Dorado Hills, California. Getting some playing time here tonight for the Bruins. Big-bodied guy at 6'8". With the basketball now, trying to work inside, open look. And Jerome knocks it down over near the Chargers bench. The Bruins extend their lead back up to 6 points.
He's having himself a game, 3 for 4 from the field tonight, and 1 of 2 from 3 now.
Quinn Vesey with the basketball. I apologize to Quinn. I was calling him teammate Will Luger a couple of times on the earlier part of today's game. There's Luger to Vesey. Head fake over near the wing. Trying to find a seam. Little push off inside. No whistle until after the fact. And 2 shots will be upcoming. Looked like Blake Sindelar tried to clear some space with that left arm. Instead, he'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, he got away with a push, full arm extension and everything.
As the foul will go against Jerome Bynum, his first personal 5th team foul.
Getting a little consoling from the official right now.
Shot off the mark. Sindelar averages just under 14 points per game as Nigel checks back in for the Bruins. Nigel Wilson, the junior out of Tucson, Arizona. 2 Arizona natives on the Bruins squad this year, Wilson and Thompson.
I want to see this possession run through 25. Jerome Bynum has been the ignition for this offense tonight.
Trying to look inside. Thompson, a nice entry pass. Nigel Wilson on the catch and basket. Again, another nice assist on an easy inside look for the Bruins.
Liam Thompson was equated for 90% of that. Waited, drew the defense in by Nigel Wilson on the backside.
5 assists on 9 made baskets. Good head fakes there by Quinn Vesey, but doesn't have a look. Into the corner, a 3-point shot from Blake Sindelar off the mark. Phillips grabs the rebound. Thought about heading up the floor quickly. Instead, will slow down the pace.
Great job by Jaden there. Kind of the blue jerseys in front of him. Saw there was a lot more blue than white.
Christian Carter with the basketball. Trying to look inside to Wilson. Instead, finds Bynum on the other side of the floor. Jerome, a little short this time. Matthew Stillwell with the defensive board.
Great hustle by Christian Carter to beat the Briar Cliff offense back down the floor.
And there's going to be a foul call against Liam Thompson. Liam, I think, lost his footing a little bit, kind of grabbed Blake Sindelar.
That would have been an easy layup if number 11 wasn't paying attention, got back with his guy and covered even when the shot was up.
A battle of number 11s there.
Back in for the Bruins, number 2 Fritz, number 4 Chang, and number 10 Groby.
3 fresh Bruin bodies on the floor.
Number 22.
As Briar Cliff on the entry pass. Stillwell, guarded by Phillips. Little shot in the lane, about a 6-footer up and in.
Jaden defended that about as well as you can, even though that went in. I mean, he could have done much more.
First basket of the night for Matthew Stillwell. Here's Phillips. Cross away to Fritz. Now to Chang. Entry pass. Wilson just almost had his head taken off. No foul. It'll say Bellevue basketball. A big collision there between Blake Sindelar and Nigel Wilson. Can't believe a foul wasn't called on that play.
If that wasn't a foul, I don't know what that was.
Wow. R.J. Smith back in. R.J. with a few seconds on the floor earlier. Now back in for some more time as Nigel tries to clear the stars out of his head. Stolen away. Quinn Vesey between Bruin defenders, but the Bruins back on defense. Stillwell spin move in the lane off the glass with the left hand. As we approach the 7-minute mark, the Bruins with a 3-point lead.
Bellevue caught off a little bit off guard there with the transition in between switching guys in and off the bench and just got caught sleeping.
Chang tries to penetrate, back behind the 3-point line. 3-point shot up and in. Caleb Chang with his first basket of the night. Bruins lead back up to 6. Stillwell blows past Phillips to the basket. No backside help on that one. Matthew Stillwell with good head fake to create.
Sense of urgency right now from the Chargers. They seem to be feeling like they need to turn it on here.
Jaden Phillips tries to throw a head fake as well down to the corner. Good ball movement by the Bruins. An open look for TJ Fritz. Shot no good. Rebound brought down by Will Luger. Now into the hands of Blake Sindelar. Smith.
Good job.
Forces the turnover. Oh, they say it'll be Briar Cliff basketball. Looked like it clearly went off the hands of Blake Sindelar, but our opinion doesn't count.
Give us a whistle, we'll change it around.
That's right. We actually had a pretty good look on that one from our angle up here. Inbounds play once again for the Chargers. Let's see what Quinn Vesey will do with the basketball. Tries to penetrate. Kept out by Fritz. Stillwell, top of the key. Halfway through the shot clock are the Chargers. Head fake, drive, kick to the corner. 3-point shot off the back of the iron on the attempt by Helmers. No good.
Yeah, you give credit to these Chargers. Even after a rebound's made, they're still making an effort to try to get a turnover.
Thompson on the near side, looking inside. Feeds Makeem Loudermill. He's going to be grabbed from behind. That'll go against Jamison Helmers.
Hakeem Loudermill and Blake Sindelar are having an absolute battle in the paint tonight. It is getting physical down there.
Keep your eye on that matchup down low. First personal against Helmers, 4th team foul.
I think Makeem was leaning with all of his weight against Blake Sindelar's body, and there wasn't an inch being given up.
Number 15.
Camden Wingert, first time in the game for the Chargers is Wingert. He's guarding Loudermill down low.
This is the rotation that Bellevue scored the most with and had the best luck offensively with this lineup we have on the floor right now.
Bynum to Carter in the corner. Christian dribbling through traffic. Right side shot. He must have heard you. Off
Shoot it, Christian.
First basket of the night for Christian Carter. Bruins back to a 6-point advantage.
He looked way more comfortable on that dribble, too. He likes going to his right. You can't do that. Yeah.
Open look. For number 4, Quinn Vesey knocks down the three-pointer.
Confusion by the Bellevue defense. It was supposed to be a switch on. Both guys took the runner.
5 minutes remaining in the first half. This battle between the North Star Athletic Association Bruins and the Great Plains Athletic Conference Chargers. Pass a little bit too tall.
I think McKeem's feet got tangled up there on the back rim.
Lucas Gabriel will ask for the timeout. Second Bruin timeout with 4:54 remaining in the first half. The Bruins 27 and the Chargers 24. Exciting matchup thus far tonight.
The discussion being had right now is, hey, we got to get a stop, and this is exactly what we're going to run out of a fast break. We've seen it work. You want to see McKeem Lattimore, and obviously to some degree Jerome Bynum involved here. He's Bellevue's leading scorer right now with 9 buckets. Quietly, Matthew Stillwell's gotten into this game. He had 2 points with 10 minutes left to go with 4:54. He leads the Chargers right now with 8 points.
One more text message in the queue. First one from a Briar Cliff fan. Let's go Chargers. Going to break strong from the 712 area code. That's the state of Iowa, right across from
We won't hold that against them.
Nebraska. There we go. A nice friendly rivalry, not only between these two schools, but between these two states and these two conferences. So.
Yeah, right now Blake Sindelar has been the most important Charger on the court. Number 11 has got 5 points, but he's really been their do-it-all guy on both sides of the court. He's got himself a block, a steal, and 2 assists.
Bruins shooting 61%. You'll take that any night. 43% for the Chargers. But the Chargers keep hanging around, again, within 3 points here, using their pressure defense.
Yeah, Bellevue's just had some sloppiness in the transition game. They've got 8 turnovers. They got to get that fixed.
Yeah, they had no turnovers for the first many minutes of this half, and then they start coming in bunches.
Overly aggressive defense by the Chargers right now is what's done it for them. Let's see if they do it, if they can bring the aggressiveness offensively.
Switch on defense. Fritz winds up with Stillwell. Switches to the right hand. No
Great
good.
job.
TJ with the rebound. The Bruins trying to run up the left side.
They tried that same switch route that they had a success on the previous possession.
Nice pass by Bynum on the basket to Loudermill.
Again, Loudermill.
Those two guys familiar with playing together during their time here at Bellevue and also in junior college in Arkansas.
25-5 is a good connection. That's something you want to see for the rest of this game.
Ball lost out of bounds, but tipped out of bounds. It'll be an inbounds play for the Chargers. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Stillwell to trigger it in. Chargers running left and right, trying to work off a screen. The entry pass. Smart move there by Camden Winger to let it cross the half-court line and then collect it instead of trying to save it. Since it wasn't touched, it was a free ball. Stillwell working against Carter. Good job of body placement by Christian. Kick out pass. VC off the mark. No good. TJ Fritz, second consecutive defensive rebound.
Same team, guys.
Yeah.
Him and Chris Carter both had a hit on that one.
Lucas Gabriel shouting out directions to his team. Neither team has allowed an offensive rebound yet tonight. Bellevue with 14 on the defensive end, 7 for Briar Cliff.
TJ Fritz was wide open in that bottom right corner that he likes so much. I'd like to see him get the ball down there.
TJ splits defenders a little short. The follow-up. Nice timing by McKeem Loudermill. Timeout called by Briar Cliff. Head coach Mark Seguera.
Just give TJ an assist. That was a pass, right?
3:27 remaining in the first half. The Bruins 31, the Chargers 24. Well, the Bruins have been opening up, a lead between 3 and 7 points here over the last several minutes. Hopefully they can maintain that as they're shooting lights out, over 61% from the floor.
Out of the last 2 timeouts Briar Cliff has called, there's been a steal on an inbounds on the next possession, so you got to keep an eye on that after Bellevue gets back on offense.
Bellevue with 3 made 3-pointers tonight, 2 for the Chargers. Throwing some stats your way.
Yeah, Bellevue's 3 of 10, shooting 30% right now, 100% from the free throw line. Both of those coming from TJ Fritz with two free throws made. Not a lot of whistles being called in this one going Bellevue's way.
Bellevue with 6 team fouls, 4 team fouls for Briar Cliff as we're in the waning moments of the first half. Again, if you'd like to join us, send along a text message. Always fun to hear where people are listening in. We've heard from 3 Bellevue fans, 1 Charger fan. That number again, 402-515-7654.
Bellevue has turned it over 8 times like we said, but the only difference is Briar Cliff hasn't been able to cash in just 7 points on those 8 turnovers.
Bruins with some backcourt pressure on this possession for the Chargers. Again, just to harass the Chargers a little bit, make them burn a second or two more on the shot clock.
Interesting enough, I think that's the first time we've seen Blake Sindelar bring the ball up the court.
Chargers trying to get back into an offensive flow. Here's Quinn Vesey. Back over to Sindelar. Now into the hands of Wingert. Shot clock down to 5. Little sense of urgency for the Chargers now. Vesey goes up against Thompson. Shot clock violation. Don't know if Liam got a hand on that or not, but either way, ball out of bounds in the hands of the Bruins.
He kept about 6 inches between him and the body, and then didn't touch the ball, and it went straight out of bounds.
Will Luger back into the game. Tyrus Eichscheid back into the game for Briar Cliff.
Good to see Nigel Wilson back out there after taking that shot.
Bruins working around the perimeter, trying to look inside to Wilson. He's battling inside with Eichscheid. Top of the key, Jaden Phillips. Just under 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
Nigel set the screen then and had a little bit of a rim run. I thought he was going to get that look.
Long three-point attempt by Jaden Phillips. Count it. A triple for Jaden. The junior out of Oakland, California, knocks down another one for the Bruins. The largest lead of the night at 10 points.
Got a little shove there, too, by Will Luger running back down court. No whistle, though.
Inside to Stillwell. Shot from the corner. Three-pointer off the mark on the attempt by Jamison Helmers. Jaden Phillips pulls down the rebound. The Bruins.
Tyrus Eichscheid just threaded a needle there with that pass. I don't know how he got that between 3 Bruin defenders.
Under 2 minutes before our halftime break.
Jaden Phillips gets his hand on this ball. I was going to say, there's about a 100% chance he's going to put up another shot after making that about 34-footer.
Jamison Helmers and Jerome Bynum. You talked about some inside work, inside duels going on. We've got some on the perimeter as well.
Yeah. Jerome kind of took a shot to the eye there, too. He's wincing a little bit.
Yeah, Jerome got hit in the head. Helmers got hit in the head. I mean, they both exchanged love taps on that last play. Maybe a little bit more than love taps.
I need to get Edley Hogg to invest some money in some helmets out here tonight.
Bruins with 20 seconds on this possession. Jerome's pass swatted inside.
I can't believe Nigel even remotely caught that. What an athletic effort by Nigel Wilson.
Stillwell to the hoop against 2 defenders. He'll draw the foul. Let's see who's going to get it, Thompson or Wilson.
They could probably call it on either.
Give a half to each.
They're going to say it goes against Wilson.
Second personal, 7th team foul. They'll say he's in the act of, they're going to say he was trying to pass, so it'll be a 1-and-1 instead of a 2-shot attempt.
They said 15, but the official scorers put it on 14, so maybe they made a correction at the bench.
Shot up and in, so another free throw there for Matthew Stillwell. Now 9 points, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from the floor.
Yeah, the official signed 15 and walked out. It's still on Nigel Wilson on the official score sheet, though.
And that one rattles and goes down. Stillwell averages about 15 shots per game. He's just had 5 so far as we're nearing the end of the first half.
Yeah, you don't want that to equate to 10 points, though. Where he sits right now.
Thompson looking inside to Wilson. Again, that nice entry pass from Thompson feeds inside to Wilson.
That has been there on 5 of the last 6 possessions. They just haven't been able to get the pass to Nigel.
Stillwell trying to drive against Wilson. A whistle from the outside, and they're going to say count the basket. So a conventional 3-point opportunity for Stillwell as he's trying to step up his game, step up his presence on the court. Nigel will head to the bench as Makeem Loudermill back into the game for the Bruins.
Lucas Gabriel telling him, just get your hands up, man. It's not a foul if you get your hands up.
For the and 1, Stillwell.
It's Mark being a good coach. Just keep coaching while he's on the bench.
Up and in from the free throw line. 13 points for Matthew Stillwell, including 5 from the free throw line. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Bruins up by 7 points. Again, a look inside on the pass. Jerome Bynum could not handle that one, however.
He absolutely blew past Blake Sindelar there. If that ball's on a line, that's an easy 2 points.
Chargers quickly up the floor. Bruins back on defense. Both teams have gone man-to-man the entire game. Couple of possessions remaining before halftime. Into the corner in the hands of Will Luger. He'll try to spin inside. Oh, he got bailed out of that one. Ball came out of his hands. Jaden Phillips, however, will be called for the foul. Lucas Gabriel pleading the case. Don't bail him out after he lost the ball.
Jaden Phillips literally backed off from him and stayed away. I don't know what the official saw there.
Jaden's second personal foul, 9th team foul, so it'll still be a 1-and-1 situation.
We'll just assume the official had the sun in his eyes.
Luger at the free throw line. He's a sophomore out of Cherokee, Iowa. That's up in northwest Iowa.
Jaden Phillips pleading his case to his benchmates. I don't think they can erase that one from the stat sheet, though.
Off the mark with the free throw. Bruins with about a 10-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Let's see how the Bruins approach this. See if they run off a lot of time to deny much of a final possession for Briar Cliff.
Looks like they're going to milk it.
Shot clock under 10. Carter to the corner. Three-point shot off the back of the rim by Bynum. No good. Battle for the rebound is going to result in a foul. It'll go against Briar Cliff. Good work on the glass by Liam Thompson.
Great look by Christian to find that shot over the corner. And Liam Thompson just out-rebounded 3 Chargers there. Great effort on his part.
Blake Sindelar will pick up his second personal foul. Just the 6th team foul, so still not a shooting situation with 13 seconds remaining. The Bruins can afford to hold for the final shot. Dangerous pass up in the air. Christian Carter outjumps everybody to corral it. 8 seconds left. Carter drives left side, picked up by the double team. Kick out pass. Jerome Bynum, three-pointer with 1 second remaining, and it's good for the Bruins and a 10-point lead at halftime. Bellevue 39, Briar Cliff 29.
I don't know if Christian Carter and Jerome Bynum are twins or something, or just have a 7th sense for each other. Christian Carter's back was to Jerome Bynum, and somehow he found him out there. What a 6th sense by Christian Carter there. Find the open man.
Quick look at some halftime stats before we take our break. The Bruins shooting 64%, 16 of 25 in that first half, to 39% for Briar Cliff, 10 out of 26. 10 turnovers for the Bruins. That hurt them in the middle part of the half to only 4 for Briar Cliff. Again, rebounding. It's been a strong job on the defensive glass. Bellevue with a total of 19 rebounds and 7 total rebounds for Briar Cliff. What are some of the individual stats that stand out to you, Jimmy?
Jerome Bynum's been the key to this offense tonight. I accidentally gave TJ Fritz the credit for the free throw. That was actually Jerome Bynum that knocked down those 2 tonight. He leads the Bruins in scoring with 12, and he's shooting 4 of 7 from the field. Makeem Lattimore could be the key to the second half. He's perfect tonight, 4 for 4 from the field with 8 points. You got to get him involved offensively here in the second half.
And our text messages have exploded in the last 2 minutes of the half. Let's get to those before we take our break. The Groby Grands are watching from Oakland, Iowa. Love number 10. Go Bruins. And Merry Christmas to all the fans. We'll pass that along to Preston and Lynette, who are here. Your folks are listening in, sending on a text message. He's shaking his head. That's that rattling sound you hear in the background.
And Raiden had a great effort there on that second to last possession where he was able to find that loose ball.
Keep it up, Bruins, from the Havises, listening in East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Glad you guys are with us. The family of Bellevue's new assistant head coach, Aaron Havis. Keep working hard, Bruins, from the Geysers in Oklahoma. Well, Nate's the associate head coach. Hey, Geysers, I was down in your neck of the woods over Thanksgiving. Drove right up I-35 there in
no offer for a steak dinner, huh?
Yeah, Tonkawa and Ponca City there. So I remembered those names. Watching from Wesley, Iowa. Go Chargers from Marla Wingert. All right, more family. That's Camden Wingert's family. One more to go. Go Chargers from the Sfigueras, listening in Springfield, Missouri. That's head coach Mark Sfigueras' family. So thanks, everybody, for sending those along. We appreciate you playing along with us tonight on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. One more time, that text message number, if you want to shoot us a message at halftime, it's 402-515-7654. Your thoughts before we take the break?
Bellevue obviously with a 10-point lead right now. Lucas Gabriel said to us before the game, we got to stop in transition points right now. The difference in this game, the Chargers have 0 points on fast breaks.
And we will leave it at that. We're going to take about a 7 or 8 minute break. Go grab a drink, pop some popcorn, and sit back and relax as we take a break as well. 39-29, Bruins on top. Stay with us for more on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Welcome back to the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. We're at our halftime break. The home team Bruins 39, the visiting Chargers of Briar University of Sioux City, Iowa, 29, a 10-point lead. Built by a lot of different factors, rebounding one of them. The Bruins being able to get out and run, shoot a good high percentage, and not allow Briar any second chance opportunities, as the Bruins doing a good job on the defensive glass.
Yeah, that first period was a tale of two halves, right? I mean, you had the first half that was very clean by Bellevue, no turnovers, and then Briar just kind of put their foot on the gas defensively, caused a couple bad passes, and then were able to turn it over. But like we said before the half, just hasn't really equated to much. You got 7 points off turnovers with 10 turnovers. I mean, that's not I mean, if you're Bellevue, you're going to live and die with that. That's not that great of a margin. So obviously Bellevue doing a great job getting back defensively as well.
For the Briar Chargers, Matthew Stillwell, after kind of a slow start for him, 13 points at halftime. Quinn Vesey with 6. They're the top 2 scorers.
Yeah, Quinn Vesey's kind of been the most important cog in this wheel tonight. I mean, you look at Matthew Stillwell, obviously leading scorer on the season, 23 points a game. Quinn Vesey's been there kind of do-it-all guy. He's been doing it defensively and making it happen on the assists as well.
Jerome Bynum leading the Bruins with 12 points. McKeem Loudermill with 8. 6 points for Nigel Wilson, 5 for Jaden Phillips. 3 apiece for TJ Fritz and Caleb Chang, 2 points for Christian Carter.
Yeah, Bynum and Loudermill have kind of been doing their own thing tonight. They've really been on the same wavelength. Christian Carter obviously had that amazing pass at the end of the first half, but Jerome Bynum and McKeem Lattimore have really been on a different wavelength tonight, just finding each other in transition on both sides, down low and outside of the perimeter.
A couple of more texts in the queue, part of our halftime break. Watching from Cherokee, Iowa. Go BC and go Will Luger from the Hummels. Glad you guys are listening tonight on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network. Let's see here. Go Chargers from the Brandon Slaughter family in Cherokee, Iowa. Cherokee is a popular place for people listening in tonight. Daughters Peyton and Tegan play for the women's team. We're glad you guys are with us tonight. Good luck to them. On the women's side of the G-Pack.
All right, purple and gold, where are you at? We're getting a lot of love for Briar Cliff. Where's the home team fans?
A lot of parents are here in the stands, but from those of you listening in out of town, 402-515-7654. Hey, Mick, during the break, give us some background on Coach Jerry Mosser, whose signature is on the court. Inquiring minds want to know. I'll give you the quick glimpse before we start the second half. Jerry Mosser was the original basketball coach and athletic director at Bellevue University all the way back to the 1960s. He was here for close to 50 years, retired about 10, 15 years or so ago. He and his wife, Gloria, spend their winters in Arizona and then come back to Bellevue for the summer. We'll try to get you more info on Coach as we get some time.
I don't believe he actually signed that, though.
No. Well, he may have. I don't know. He's here a lot.
It's a great paint job.
Bruins get the opening possession of the second half. Bruins again in the white uniforms with gold trim. Entry pass. Nice job. McKeem Loudermill fighting hard inside. Took the pass from Fritz and converts.
He is doing such a good job off the ball to hide behind the defense and get that open look at the basket.
Bruins their largest lead of the night at 12 points. The drive by Vesey. Bruins make the defensive play. Come away. Here's Fritz running ahead. Jaden Phillips with a head fake. Bruins going to their offense.
TJ Fritz has got such a great-looking shot. We don't talk about enough what he does defensively, though.
Christian Carter into the lane. Switch to the left hand in the basket. His second bucket of the night.
He does such a great job defensively without causing fouls and just creating space defensively and stopping balls.
Chargers looking to score their first points of the second half. Spin move inside by Will Luger. He had a nice move inside on the spin. Timeout requested. Early timeout in the half by Marks Figuera.
Hey, I'll tell you this about number 3 in blue. He's 1 of 5 from the field, but he does not shy away from contact. He is in there banging inside tonight.
And he's the sophomore from Cherokee, Iowa. Half the town is watching our broadcast tonight. Thanks for joining us on the Bellevue Bruins Sports Network.
Will Luger's over in the huddle right now explaining how he just threw an elbow to get that basket to go.
Little over a minute gone by in the second half. The Chargers 9-4 on the season. At one point, they were receiving votes in the NAIA Coaches Top 25 poll. The Bellevue Bruins, not a very sterling record, 4-9, but we've seen signs of improvement throughout the course of this season.
They just play so much differently in this gym. They look like a completely different team.
Back to the action as the Bruins have possession of the basketball. Jerome Bynum will bring it up the floor, the Chicago native.
Jaden Phillips comes into the game. We'll see what he's able to do here. And had that lights-out three-point shot from about 40 feet away at the end of that first half.
Loudermill at the top of the key. The give to Bynum. Draws a double team. Finds Loudermill. High arcing shot in the lane. McKeem with a nice soft touch.
They are just on a different level tonight. Jerome and McKeem have just been able to find each other all night long.
Southern Arkansas Tech is where those two prepped for their JUCO ball. Little weave pattern on this near side. Three-point shot for the Chargers. Off the mark on the attempt by Sindelar. Bruins clear it, head the other way.
Just his second three-point attempt for the night. He's 0 for 2 from out there.
Stillwell knocks the ball away. Bruins retrieve it. Try to get back into their flow. Looking inside. That's one of the keys that Lucas Gabriel talked about. The Bruins going to try to get those inside looks. Here's an outside look from TJ Fritz. No good. Sindelar wins the rebound battle. Heads the ball up the floor. Bruins coaching staff wanted a foul called. Stillwell guarded by Phillips. Has to kick it back to the outside.
Got to give the officials credit. It's been physical tonight, but they've been eating whistles on both sides of the court.
On the drive by Helmers. Now back inside to Sindelar with the left hand off the glass.
I don't know how much more you could have asked for Jaden Phillips out of that possession. He covered 3 guys and switched each time.
Thus far in the second half, we've seen a lot of more individual work by the Chargers. Bruins trying to get some passing, get some assists to made baskets. Most of the work done by the Chargers has been individual. Shot from three-point land by Bynum. It spins out.
I don't know how that didn't fall.
Halfway down and spit back out.
That touched every part of the rim and some of the nylon. Still didn't fall.
VC a three-point attempt. That one won't go down either. 3 minutes have gone by in the second half. The Bruins will slow down the pace.
Lucas Gabriel yelling breaks. Stop, stop. They want to slow it down, play inside the half-court set here.
Again, the look, first look, trying to get the ball inside. Bynum spins, goes up with the right hand. His offhand, no good. Sindelar with the board.
Briar Cliff showing man, then setting back into zone as soon as somebody touches the paint. We're going to have to keep an eye on that. That's really caught up Jerome Bynum in the last 2 possessions.
Another three-point look. This time it's good from Jamison Helmers, the senior from Milford, Iowa. And now a timeout called on the floor. 16-29, the Bruins 45, the Chargers 36.
That's a good thing if you're a Chargers fan. He was 0 for 4 from the field. You need 22 to be involved if you're going to cut this deficit.
9-point lead for the Bruins. Again, it was 39-29 at halftime.
Jerome Bynum has been kind of confused by what the Chargers have been doing defensively in the last 2 possessions. He sees man, goes to drive in, they just crash around him, and it's caused a little bit of confusion. We'll see what Lucas Gabriel comes up. Watch for that to be kind of a decoy here for an open shot, maybe to a TJ Fritz on the outside.
Again, the rebounding battle just amazes me. Only 2 offensive rebounds. Bruins have collected those out of 20. No offensive rebounds out of 10 for the Chargers. I don't think I've ever seen a game that's gone this deep without an offensive rebound by one of the other teams.
Yeah, and despite the almost double-digit lead right now for Bellevue, Briar Cliff's not shooting that great right now, so you got to take advantage of that.
Only 41% from the floor. You would expect with a lower percentage like that, there'd be some offensive boards, because there have been quite a few misses. Here's Caleb Chang with the basketball for the Bruins, driving in the lane. Kick out pass to Raiden Groby. Groby for 3, a little bit short. The rebound to Quinn Vesey. Into the corner, head fake and drive, floater on the baseline. And as you said, you don't want Jamison Helmers to get hot.
Jerome knew he messed up there. He came off his feet and then immediately looked over the bench to see if the coaches noticed.
Chang on the drive, looks inside to Wilson, goes over the top. Here's TJ Fritz with 3-point shot off the back iron, no good.
The Bruins have figured something out. They're watching that crash on the zone and getting it outside, back-to-back possessions.
Too hard off the glass on the attempt by Sindelar.
That was picture-perfect defense by Nigel Wilson.
Caleb Chang driving to the hoop. He's fouled. Contact on the floor.
The foul will be number 22.
Jamison Helmers picks up his 3rd personal foul. That's the first team foul of the second half.
Hey, he had back-to-back baskets. He can get one.
But with 3 now, that puts him in a little precarious position with a lot of the second half remaining. Tyrus Eichscheid back into the game to take his place.
Just over 15 minutes to play in this one.
Looking inside. Nigel Wilson. Again, contact underneath, but they say going straight up. Ball movement to Stillwell in the corner. He's going one-on-one against Liam Thompson. Thompson stays with him. Stillwell Chiltron look. Gets it out to the top to teammate Quinn Vesey.
Liam has been in the back pocket of Matthew Stillwell all game. That's why he's only got 13.
Good look inside by Luger. The basket made by Eichscheid. So even though Helmers went out, Eichscheid came in to take his place, and he connects for the basket.
6-2 run right now for these Chargers. You need a basket here from Bellevue with 14 minutes, 36 to play in this one.
Thompson to Wilson, inside one-on-one battle there. Feed back to Thompson, a nice give and go.
What a look.
Liam Thompson just did not stop moving. He kept moving, made himself available, and gets the bucket.
Nigel Wilson saw the double team come over with Blake Slindelar switching, and he saw that look down low. What a play.
Foul called on the drive to the basket. That's going to go against Jaden Phillips, his second personal. Wait a minute, let's double check that.
I think they're going to call it against Nigel Wilson.
Ball charge to the Bruins, picking up fouls. Number 10, Groby hits first.
Raiden Groby picks up the foul. It must have been away from the basketball.
Yeah, okay, it wasn't in the act of shooting.
Both teams now with one team foul. Raiden picks up his first personal. A couple of fresh bodies on the floor for the Bruins.
Thompson.
Yeah, they switched the foul call up. Yeah, I was going to say, that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No foul on Groby.
I'm going to say that went against Liam Thompson.
So Liam picks up his second. Still the team first. Vesey at the top of the key, looking for a teammate to become available.
I don't think Christian Carter has let one guy inside the paint tonight from outside the perimeter. He has been a nightmare out there for them.
Ball loose on the floor, still loose, now into the hands of Jerome Bynum.
You got to run this, yep.
It's a foot race. Bynum misses the shot, bumped on the way up, no foul called. Now the Chargers on the run. Drive inside, Carter comes over to help on defense. Nice play by Christian after the baseline drive from a Charger.
Jaden Phillips literally just put out both hands to Will Luger and told him to wait. It worked. I don't know what just happened there.
Here's Phillips. Over to Carter. Lucas Gabriel right behind him. Entry pass to Nigel Wilson. One-on-one situation working against Sindelar. And stuff on the play.
They're going to wish they had that back. Jaden Phillips is standing by himself at the top of the key with a wide open look for three.
Sindelar against Thompson. Thompson forces the jump stop to the side of the free throw line. Luger against Carter. Nice head fake to free up some space and bank it in with the left hand. The 12-point lead for the Bruins has been cut down to 5.
Yeah, you need a basket here desperately. The officials could help out a little bit too, because on that last drive by Jerome Bynum, he got absolutely hacked. Only 2 free throw attempts tonight for the Bruins. That's the difference in this game.
Last time we had the Bruins, too, was a significant advantage to the opposing team on free throws made. The shot from Carter from the corner, that's no good. Vesey goes up for the board. Sindelar, switch off by the Bruins. Now Nigel Wilson on defense. Count the basket by Tyrus Eichscheid.
A lot of contact on this side, too. Still no whistle.
Contact and steps as well on the play. The momentum on the side of the Briarcliff Chargers as timeout on the floor called by the Bruins with 12:29 remaining. It's now a 3-point game, 47-44. A 15-8 second half run for Briarcliff.
You got to take advantage of your fast breakaways there. The Bruins had 2 options at easy looks at the basket. Neither one fell for them. Obviously, you know how physical this game's going to be, and the officials are calling it both ways. You got to step up your physicality here. 12:29 left to play in this game.
Let's go Bruin Nation from Coach Ice and Kara. Coach Ice, the assistant head coach for the Bellevue women's program. Congrats to the Bellevue women for their victory on Sunday against College of St. Mary, local opponent, also from the GPAC.
They played really well in that game, too.
Watching our grandson, Jamison Helmers from Hutchinson Island, Florida. They say, go Chargers. I think that's got the distance on our text tonight. One more. Go
YouTube is everywhere.
Go BCU. And number 15, Cam Wingert, Uncle Rachel, listening in Minneapolis. All right, we've got a lot of folks from all over the country tonight. That's what we love. That's what we appreciate. That's why we do it on the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network. You're listening to Mick Krupski and Jimmy Allen bringing you the play-by-play in color tonight.
We got to find a way to get one of these games down in Florida so we can go down there and enjoy the Sunshine State as well.
I'm still lobbying to get that Florida trip with the baseball team in early March. But
hey, if you need a color guy, I know one.
There's got to be an empty seat on the bus, huh? Bruins back on the offensive end. Here's Liam Thompson back out to Jaden Phillips.
I'm sure Coach Mon likes to make some room for you.
Jaden, three-point attempt. It's good. That's what the Bruins needed. Get back to work on offense. Jaden Phillips with the bucket.
He created that shot all by himself. That was all him. Built some space. Got his man to put his hands down, put it up.
Jaden with 8 points on the night, averaging just under 10 points per game. Here's Sindelar. Thompson again on defense. Liam with the block. The ball out of bounds. It'll stay possession Briar Cliff. But Liam Thompson doing yeoman work tonight on defense.
They are letting everything go. Liam just tomahawk chopped Luger there and got away with it.
Loudermill and Fritz back into the game for the Bellevue Bruins. 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock for the Chargers. Bounce pass inside to VC. Good ball movement. An open look for Luger from the top of the key. Won't go down. Loudermill had it for a moment, but then ripped from behind. Foul's going to go against Tyrus Eichscheid on the battle for the rebound.
Hey, and the whistles do work. It is good to know. Makeem Loudermill is going to be huge here. You need his offense to help you kind of build this lead back up. He was the difference in the first half.
First personal against Eichscheid. Second team foul against the Chargers.
He sat on the bench for over 6 minutes. He's Bellevue's leading scorer tonight. That's a little surprising.
Bruins back to work on offense. Jaden Phillips, who made the last Bellevue bucket. Here's TJ Fritz, quick release three, winds up in the bench. Bruins with a back-to-back pair of trays. And a traveling violation against Matthew Stillwell.
Jaden Phillips read that pass perfectly and just put his body in position where Stillwell had no choice but to pick up his dribble.
Bruins lead had been cut down from a dozen to just 3. Now back up to 9. Loudermill sets the screen for Carter. VC fights his way through it. Bounce pass back to McKeem. Fritz, head fake, bounce pass. McKeem, contact made. Block inside. Good defensive play by Tyrus Eichscheid.
We talked about physicality. McKeem just dropped his shoulder there and just said, all right, well, if we're not going to call it, let's get physical.
McKeem will pick up the personal foul here on the drive to the basket by Blake Sindelar. Not a shooting foul on the floor. Second team foul against the Bruins, just the first against Loudermill.
He's been so good tonight in space defensively. He's really been the reason that you've seen Matthew Stillwell struggle offensively tonight.
Entry pass corralled by Eichscheid. Into the lane, bounce pass inside. Makeem Loudermill made the defensive play.
What
nice
a move
job by Bynum, bringing the ball up the floor. Carter for 3. That one's off the mark, kept alive, kicked out to TJ Fritz. Hey, 1 of 3. Oh, that one bounced a couple of times. Wouldn't go down.
That's the second one tonight where it looked like it was going to be nothing but the bottom of the basket. Somehow it didn't find its way down.
Christian Carter picks up defense. Stillwell attracts some attention. The kick out pass to the corner. That one's off the mark on the attempt by Sindelar. First offensive rebound of the night for the Briarcliff Chargers. Stillwell will collect the basket, but the work done on the offensive rebound.
Will Luger didn't touch the basket there, but somehow touched 3 Bruins on his way back. He has no problem being physical. You love to see it.
Working inside to Makeem Loudermill. Working against Eichscheid inside. Now another Charger comes to help. The shot no good. The rebound brought down by Blake Sindelar.
Makeem is just dropping his shoulder and going to work. He's trying to clear his own path down there. Got to keep his eyes up. He had a wide open guy on the flat, though.
Luger drive left side, no good. Out to Eichscheid. His three-point attempt made sure his foot was behind the arc, and Tyrus Eichscheid with a big second half. Eichscheid now with 6 points, all in this second half.
Lead back down to 4. Lucas Gabriel calling to speed it up. They want to get back in rotation or watch for a transition screen.
Phillips gives that back out to Bynum. Fritz to Carter. Foul called by the outside official.
Yeah, that might go against Quinn VC.
That's going to go against Luger. Will Luger picks up his first personal foul, third team foul against the Chargers. Wilson, Chang, Groby, back on the floor for the Bruins.
Something happened outside there because Quinn Vesey
Number 4, Chang. Number 10,
and Jaden Phillips got into something. Phillips grabbing his thigh. He looks like he might be a little necked up.
Number 15, Thompson.
And a foul's going to be called on the inbounds pass. That's going to go against Jerome Helmers, or Jamison Helmers, excuse me. That's his 4th foul. He just came off the bench on that last stoppage, and about 3 seconds later picks up his 4th foul. He goes right back to the bench, replaced by Garrett Trapp. Caleb Chang has to be careful with those feet, moving them around quite a bit.
Keem Lattimore back on the bench for the Bruins.
Caleb comes off the entry pass around the screen and knocks down the tray.
Big time
Caleb
basket.
Chang with 6 points on those 2 trays tonight.
Bellevue needed that one. They were in a funk.
7-point lead for the Bruins, 8:45 to go. Baseline drive, trap, jump shot, up and in. Made possible by Eichscheid on the baseline drive.
Garrett Trapp, that was a beautiful shot. I don't know how much more pretty that could have been. Perfect defense there by Jerome Wilson. Somehow that ball found the net.
Chang from near where he made that last 3-pointer drives, and that's going to be a traveling violation.
He picked up his back foot in the last second. And a shrug to the crowd. He's like, I thought I had it.
Got a big toe. It was still there on the floor. Lucas Gabriel about 2/3 of the way out onto the floor to talk to his team.
He has been very animated tonight, and rightfully so. There have been some no calls that Bellevue probably should have had go their way tonight. Still, at this point, have only shot 2 free throws. There's 8 minutes to play in this one.
VC to Eichscheid, no good. Fritz clears the grass, throws it out in front. Bruins on a 3-on-2 break. Into the hands of Nigel Wilson, and Nigel is fouled on his way to the hoop.
You ever heard the saying, better lucky than good? I don't know how Nigel Wilson found that ball in his hands, because that absolutely should not have, but what a great palm by him.
He'll get a couple of free throws here.
15 foul.
Wilson, a 62% free throw shooter on the season. Nigel averaging 10.5 per game. Tonight, only 6.
Make it 7.
Make it 7. There we go.
These are 2 real huge baskets here. Bellevue just can't find a rhythm offensively. You got to make count where you can. This is just Bellevue's 4th free throw attempt of the night.
Makes them both. That's what you want to see.
TJ Fritz totally in Kobe Bryant right now. Kobe Bryant mode, eating his jersey, getting back on defense.
Trap on the drive, denied by Wilson. Mismatch there. There's got to be a Bellevue mismatch somewhere else on the floor. Eichscheid to kick out to Stillwell. The head fake into the lane. Again, a good switch on defense. Contact made inside. Luger on the shot. They're going to say in the act of shooting. I think it's going to go against Liam Thompson. It is. He'll pick up his team third foul as well. 2 free throws for Will Luger.
Liam Thompson's growing really frustrated right now. He wanted something to happen on the switch that just didn't get there.
Jim goes quiet. Shot goes up and in. Luger averaging 10.4 points per game. Has 9 tonight. Bruins lead back to 5. 7.5 minutes remaining in tonight's contest. This I-29 battle. Fritz, left-handed shot for 3. Again, it swoops around the rim, but does not go down.
I think Fritz got hit by his own guy. Christian Carter was getting up out of his chair on the bench. I think he might have ran into TJ in that
drive to the lane. It'll stay Briarcliff basketball. Liam Thompson with the stuff on the drive against Stillwell. 4 fresh Bruin bodies. Thompson, the only one that'll stay on the floor. 23 seconds on the shot clock on this possession for Briarcliff. Trap makes it happen. Eichscheid with the assist. The basket by Garrett Trapp. Somehow got himself very open on the play.
He's had 2 really good offensive possessions when the ball's been in his hand. That might be something to watch for Briarcliff going forward in these last 7 minutes.
Bruins working the left side of the court. Open lane. Jaden Phillips goes in for a slam with a defensive play made by Will Luger to knock him off course. Trapp with a head fake. Contact made by Jerome Bynum. And Garrett Trapp goes down hard.
He took a shot to the ribs.
Starts to number 25.
Second personal foul against Jerome Bynum, not in the act of shooting, so it'll be an inbounds play for the Chargers.
Jerome kind of tried to stop and just couldn't. His hip just slammed into the rib cage there of Garrett Trapp.
Matthew Stilwell, the trigger man on this inbounds play, looking for a teammate to become available, trying to work some picks. Finally, Quinn Vesey makes himself available. Still a lot of time on the shot clock. Stilwell, the turnaround attempt for three, no good. Liam Thompson with the rebound. That's 6 boards tonight for Liam.
Yeah, he's putting in work on both sides.
That's become a very big part of his game, that rebounding intensity. Breaks to the basket, one dribble. Feeds inside the Loudermill. A foul called. It'll be on the floor. 6th team foul against the Chargers, so the Bruins will be shooting on the next foul, 3rd personal against Tyrus Eishide.
When you interview Lucas Gabriel tonight after this game, I'm going to be surprised if he has a voice left. He is working the officials tonight.
He's been up and down the length of that bench across the way as well. He'll need a nice foot massage. Somehow McKean keeps that in play. Drive to the basket, contact in the battle between 2 number 12s. And that'll be a foul against the Chargers number 12, Garrett Trapp.
Yeah, he had a full arm extension on that one. He can't get away. It's kind of hard to hide that.
So 1-1 upcoming for Jaden Phillips. 2nd personal, 7th team.
After shooting 2 free throws in the first 30 minutes of this game, the Bruins now have 4 in 4 minutes.
Both teams shooting 76% from the free throw line. Front end of the 1-1 is good by Jaden. Phillips now with 9 points.
Good news for Bellevue tonight. They're 5 of 5 from the charity stripe.
Jaden relaxes, couple of dribbles, and sends it on its way into the hoop. Oh, double digits now for Jaden Phillips with those 2 free throws as we near the 6-minute mark.
3 Bruins in double digits tonight. Lattimore, Bynum, and now Phillips.
Trapp on the drive down the lane. Denied by Thompson. Oh, about 6 steps to the basket there by Luger. And it'll stay Briar Cliff basketball as McKean couldn't handle that one.
Well, you got to give him credit, but he was about 8 feet out of bounds with his feet planted already.
Yeah, we've got a little issue with the nets, kind of hung up. There we go. And now the officials are going to get together and talk about. And they're going to say there's a foul on the play. Inbounds for the Chargers.
No foul call. They reset the shot clock to 15.
There we go. He was holding fingers up. I didn't see the hand go up for the call. Trapp with another bucket. This time from 3-point land. It's a 2-point game with 5:42 to go. As you mentioned, Garrett Trapp has been a big influence since coming into this game.
He just looks
over the last 5 minutes.
He looks incredibly comfortable shooting right now.
Bruins need to keep their offense going.
Dwayne Monluck's trying to lead the crowd over there, get them pumped up into it.
Drive again by Phillips to the basket. Hammer, take your pick of 2 different Chargers who could collect the foul.
Number 21.
They'll say it goes against Tyrus Eishide. That's his 4th. So that position between Eishide and Helmers, each of them has 4 fouls.
Briar Cliff letting everything outside of 3 feet happen right now. They're not letting anything come inside the paint. As soon as it gets inside the cylinder, three Chargers are crashing down on the ball carrier.
Jaden back to the free throw line. Continues to pump them in from there.
11, Sindelar for the Chargers.
Blake Sindelar checks back into the game. Jaden out of Oakland, California, started his college career at Las Positas College. And off the mark on the 2nd attempt.
First missed free throw of the night keeps the game at 3 points. That's going to be interesting to keep an eye on.
Matthew Stilwell with the basketball.
That free throw could have been huge for the remainder of this game.
Shot clock down to single digits. Stilwell guarded by Bynum. Jerome in good position. Shot off.
How did Garrett Trapp come down with that? There was 3 Bruins standing there, and somehow number 12 ended up with it in his lap.
Hakeem Loudermill will be called for the foul, his second personal, the 5th team foul. Hey, tip of the cap to Trad Richardson working behind the scenes here. He's both our cameraman and producer tonight, so double duty.
Gets it done behind the plate and the camera.
There you go. Bellevue baseball player out of the great state of Montana.
You got to give your attention to 55 right now for obvious reasons because Matthew Stillwell is their leading scorer. I don't know if you want 12 getting his hands out of the way Garrett Trapp shot in the last 3 minutes.
There goes Stillwell on the drive. Jaden Phillips up to intimidate the shot. Here's Christian Carter to the hoop. His shot no good, but a foul's going to be called on the play. Good job by Christian to put his head down and head to the basket.
Number 4, VC.
Quinn Vesey picks up the foul, second personal. Now 9 team fouls.
Christian Carter looks a lot more confident since the start of the second half. He's kind of finding his rhythm offensively as well.
Shoot 2, Carter.
Christian, member of a very athletic family. Lots of irons in the fires.
He's only got 5 points tonight, but what he's done off the ball has been incredible. He's only been credited for he's been credited for 2 assists. He probably should have 3.
And 3 rebounds as well. Christian, the bend of the knees, the shot up and in. So the lead back to 5, a little bit more comfort.
This is hockey, and you got the assist to the assist. I think Christian will probably have 9 tonight.
Blake Sindelar working against Jaden Phillips. Again, that perimeter weave for the Chargers. Trapp with the basketball, has a step, drives to the basket, lost the handle. Liam Thompson intercepts it on the turnover.
Has 15 just been in the right place tonight, time and time again. That's about the 5th time Liam Thompson's just had the ball just drop right into his lap by a mishandle by a Charger.
Only 8 turnovers tonight against the Chargers, 11 for the home team Bruins. So both teams doing a pretty decent job of handling the basketball.
5-point game with 4 minutes to go. I think Bellevue's going to start looking at eating the clock for the rest of the game here.
Bynum, the drive off the glass, shot no good, misses everything, goes out of bounds. There's the shot clock violation, so either way you look at it, it's going to be Briarcliff ball.
4 consecutive possessions, 4 times a Bellevue point guard has driven to the rim and tried to draw contact.
TJ Fritz back on the floor for Bellevue. Matthew Still with the whole head of speed. Nigel Wilson gets over to Nigel holding his hands in front of his face.
Well, remember last time we went to the bench, his head coach grabbed him and said, keep your hands straight up. He got all ball on that. I don't know about that.
So Matthew Stillwell will head to the free throw line. Stillwell with 15 points on the night, a perfect 5 for 5 from the free throw line. We'll try the reverse announcer's curse.
There's no way he misses this. No.
Yeah, we tried. 6 out of 6 from the line as Hakeem Loudermill back in for the Bruins, replacing Nigel Wilson. Loudermill and Bynum each with 12 points, leading the way scoring for the Bruins tonight.
Matthew Stillwell has been perfect tonight and has not missed a free throw.
Yeah, we tried 2 times.
I do what I can, Bruin
There
Nation.
we go. So back to a 3-point game with 3:40 remaining. Bruins trying to notch their 5th win of the season, all of them at home.
Hakeem Loudermill coming out the top of the key to set a screen and see if we can get him on a rim run here. It'd be key for this possession.
Chargers with 9 wins on the season, trying to get to 10. Inside the Loudermill, working one-on-one against VC, double team, and a foul called on the floor on the grab.
Well, the Chargers picking it up will be number 4, VC, his 3rd.
Quinn Vesey picks up his 3rd personal foul, so 10 team fouls. So the Bruins will be shooting the double bonnet from here on.
VC with his rendition of the armbar there.
Hakeem bends the knees, flicks the wrist, puts it in the hole. Hakeem now takes over the sole possession of the team lead with 13 points.
13 points in the team lead, but he hasn't scored a basket. That's his first basket in the last 11 minutes, so they needed that from him.
Jaden Phillips back on the floor for Bellevue.
Nigel Wilson sitting on the bench, incredibly frustrated tonight, and I can't blame him. He's gotten some calls against him that have been questionable
compared to the non-calls for a bunch of the rest of the game. So the 2 free throws make it a 5-point game once again for the Bruins as we near the 3-minute remaining mark. Here's Stillwell, guarded by Fritz. Uses that left-handed drive in the lane to kick out pass to Luger. Will Luger knocks that one down, and immediately a timeout requested by head coach Mark Svagera with 2:59 remaining in the contest. It's the Bruins 65, the Chargers 63.
And the game inside the game begins. This is where the free throws are aplenty and offensive possessions go about 26 seconds at minimum.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining in the contest, so very strategic where and when they want to use them. Let's go Bruins. Miss you guys. Hey, Paulo Araujo, the leading scorer from the Bruins last year, a conference first-team player, listening in tonight. Glad you're with us. We miss you.
Paulo, you sure you don't have any eligibility left, man? We could use a couple buckets here in the last 3 minutes.
One of the highlights of Paulo's career, he had one stretch, I forget the opponent, but he was in conference. He had 22 consecutive points for the Bruins to pick up a victory. So glad you're with us. Say hello to your family out there. And we're glad you're tuning in tonight.
Coach Denley just about had a heart attack. Two of his Bruin female players almost had an accident over there in the student section tonight, but they are both safe now, as we can report.
There we go. Full timeout on this one. Now both teams heading back out onto the floor. So the critical time of tonight's contest, the final 2:59. Again, Stillwell with 17, Luger with 12, 2 double-digit scores for the Chargers, 14 for Loudermill, 12 for Bynum, 11 for Phillips for the Bruins.
Jaden Phillips and McKeem Loudermill both out on the floor right now. Jerome Bynum has been kind of the straw that stirs the drink tonight. Kind of want to see this offense run through those 3 guys.
Loudermill to Phillips over near the Bruin bench, back to TJ Fritz. Again, the entry pass to Nigel Wilson. Or excuse me, McKeem Loudermill. The shot no good.
He just has not been able to get that to go since the second half started.
Defensive play by Will Luger, just stood firmly in his ground, making that a difficult shot. Here's Luger with the basketball now on the other end. VC in the lane, jump stop, kick out, back to Luger. Tries to take the same path to the hoop, denied by the Bruin defense. Here's Stillwell with the shot clock at 6. Spin move, loses the basketball, gives it off to Sindelar. That's going to be a foul against TJ Fritz.
That's a good foul, though. He had an open look at the basket. Not much he could do there.
So 2 free throws upcoming for Blake Sindelar. TJ Fritz, his second personal foul, 7 team fouls against the home team Bruins. Sindelar, sophomore out of Howells, Nebraska. A couple of Nebraska guys on this roster. Off the back of the rim. Liam Thompson back in on defense for the Bruins. Sindelar with 7 points in tonight's contest.
He's been 0 for 3 from the three-point line tonight. It'd be a different story if he could find the bottom of the basket for one of those at the end of this.
It's now a 1-point game with 2:09 remaining. Bruins up by 1, 65-64.
Briar Cliff hasn't led since the 18-minute mark of the first half in this game. You can't give this one up if you're Bellevue here. You've got to find a way to get a bucket these next 15 seconds, or at least an offensive rebound.
Christian Carter into traffic. And a jump ball is going to be called by the outside official. Possession arrow points to Briar Cliff. Well, that'll be considered a turnover on the defensive play.
Quinn Vesey grabbing his calf muscle there. He might have strained something to try to get that board. He's feeling it right now.
He'll bring the ball up the floor.
Liam Thompson's been a problem defensively for Briar Cliff tonight. He's out there on the ball right now. That's by design.
Quick move by Luger down the baseline. Bruin defense reacts to deny. Into the lane, the shot no good. The left-handed attempt by Jamison Helmers wouldn't go down. The Bruins still maintain the 1-point lead with 1:22 to go.
Liam Thompson doing what he's done all night, causing space defensively without getting a foul call. Fantastic job by 15 in white.
Both these teams are going to finish under their season average in points scored, but they're looking to get the win the hard way. Fritz on the drive. The stop of the left hand, short, no good. The rebound to Luger. Opportunity for Briar Cliff to take the lead with 1 minute to go.
TJ went to that left hand. You can tell he didn't feel comfortable off the dribble there.
And there's a foul going to be called against TJ as he was working on defense against Blake Sindelar. 1-1 coming up for Sindelar.
This thing has been chippy start to finish. TJ just tried to swat a ball away as it's being passed to an official.
Sindelar in the 60s from the free throw line. Front end of the 1-1 is good. We're tied at 65.
You've got to get a board here if you're Bellevue and this shot doesn't go in.
Shot up, no good. Nice job by Loudermill for the defensive glass.
Loudermill perfectly positioned his box out there for that.
Good job of screening out. A timeout called by Lucas Gabriel on the Bellevue Bruins with 47 seconds left. Couple of possessions left. 65-65 our score.
What you're going to see here is a double rim run with TJ Fritz standing on the outside taking this last shot for Bellevue. They've gone to it 3 times now, and it's just not been there. They're going to set it up for movement here, and it'll be out available on the right side of the floor.
One more text message in the queue, and it's from another Bellevue former player, Isaiah Bates, listening in, says, "Let's go Bruins." Isaiah, good to hear from you. Part of that crew of players that have graduated over the last couple of years under the direction of head coach Lucas Gabriel.
Taking pride in their alma mater, checking in on us. We appreciate you, fellas.
Glad to have you guys listening in. Critical few seconds remaining, 47.1 to be exact. The Bruins have 1 timeout remaining, 2 timeouts remaining for the Chargers.
Got to be careful with the basketball here if you're Bellevue. We've seen a couple sloppy plays down low where if you're going to fake this to the rim for an outside shot, you've got to have control of your body. You've got to have control of the ball and know exactly where this needs to be. And you got to account for the other 5 blue jerseys that are out there.
Jerome Bynum will be the trigger man on this side play. Christian Carter.
Wow. Interesting lineup here for Bellevue. Both Makeem Lattimore and Jaden Phillips come off the court.
Carter gives it to Bynum. Jerome on the quick move to the baseline. Stops underneath, but they're going to say traveling violation as his foot just slid out from underneath him. So the turnover, the 13th turnover of the night against the Bruins, gives Briar Cliff the possession with 32 seconds.
TJ Fritz very frustrated there. That ball was supposed to come his way. Lucas Gabriel not much happier.
And Lucas will call the timeout. The Bruins now out of timeouts. Jaden Phillips will check back into the lineup.
Really interesting to have him and Makeem Lattimore come out of the game in that situation. They're your top 2 scorers tonight.
Jerome thought he could make something happen down the baseline, but
he had it there too.
Yeah.
The break was good. I'm not faulting him for the play. It just obviously was not where the offense was drawn up to go.
So another meeting of the minds between the coaches and the players on both sides of the court. Mark Svagera talking to his Chargers squad. Lucas Gabriel talking to the Bruins. 30 seconds on the shot clock, 32 seconds on the game clock. So let's see how Briar Cliff approaches this. I'm assuming they're going to try to run it down as near as they can to the end of that 30-second time.
Makeem Lattimore coming back into the game as well. He's been a great presence defensively. Your top 3 scorers for the Bruins back out on the court now on this defensive possession. Obviously looking to get a stop and a shot up on the other end with more than 2 seconds left on the clock.
Carter, Loudermill, Bynum, Thompson, and Phillips. The 5 Bruins out on the floor. Bruins look like they're going to apply some full court pressure.
You've got to keep the ball out of 55's hands here. Not only is Matthew Stillwell their leading scorer, he's got 17 tonight, averages 23 a game. He's perfect from the free throw stripe, 7 of 7 tonight for Briar Cliff.
Quinn Vesey will bring it across the timeline. 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Jerome Bynum falling around Stillwell. I'm going to say timeout, Briar Cliff.
Briar Cliff still have one timeout remaining after taking this one. Again, strategy time for both coaches. Bruins need to make the defensive play. Briar Cliff obviously trying to take the lead. It's been a long time since the Chargers have had the lead. Very early in the opening minutes, I remember we were tied at 9, I believe, and then from that point, the Bruins had the lead and have held it until this 65-65 tie with 18.7 seconds remaining.
I wouldn't hate seeing Nigel Wilson come off the bench here and add a little more size to this lineup around the rim. Hey, 2 points wins this thing, so you need some big presence around the basket today. Roll McKeem Lattimore out there. Have Jaden Phillips come off the bench, put Nigel Wilson out there, go as big as you can, protect the rim, force them to shoot an outside shot.
Speaking of former Bellevue basketball players, another one here in person tonight. Vaj Rice graduated a couple of years ago. Vaj now working for the university.
The lineup coming out is Christian Carter, McKeem Loudermill, Liam Thompson, Jaden Phillips, and Jerome Bynum.
So let's see how the final 18.7 seconds transpire. VC will pass it in right over near his bench.
Liam Thompson all over Blake Sindelar down here that's setting the screen. I wouldn't mind seeing him follow the ball. He's been a problem all night defensively.
Sindelar has the drive. Nice help out by McKeem Loudermill. An open look from three-point land. That's no good. And a whistle from the outside. On the follow-up attempt, a three-point shot by Jamison Helmer's no good. In the battle for the rebound, Matthew Stillwell is going to be called for the foul with 3.8 seconds left. One of the Bruins will have a two free throw opportunity here.
That could have went either way because Blake Sindelar also got away with the shove there. So one of two Chargers was getting called on a whistle there.
So Liam Thompson will step to the free throw line. Second year in the program, a redshirt freshman year. He played a handful of games last year, but a big opportunity from the free throw line here for Liam. Liam, a 33% free throw shooter, so not the strength of his game, but he's got 2 free throws. Up and in. The Bruins back up by 1.
He's got 2 points tonight and now 3. That third one is big as any. His 7 rebounds have been big tonight. He's just been a problem defensively for these Chargers.
Again, 3.8 seconds remaining in the game. Thompson, second free throw, also good. So he overcomes a not-so-great percentage on the season to nail 2 big ones with the game on the line. Timeout on the floor, final one for the Chargers.
Big moment there from 15, and as big as that moment was and as good as he's been defensively tonight, you need that same effort and energy on this side of the court here with these last 3.8 seconds to go.
Briar Cliff will have to go the length of the floor here with 3.8 seconds left, so I'm assuming maybe they'll get, well, whatever the best shot that comes up. A 2 will tie it, a 3 will win it.
Lucas Gabriel made sure to point out to the officials, hey, they're inbounding from that side when he walked back out here. Jamison Helmer's attempted that last shot that we saw, and he's only got 5 points on the night, but he's made some big shots here in the second half. Look for 22 to possibly get his hands on the ball in this last possession here, too.
And that's one of the big differences between the women's game and the men's game. In the women's game, in this situation, they could request to take it out at half court instead of going the length of the floor. But the men, you don't have that option. You have to go the length of the floor.
Lucas Gabriel made sure that they understood that, too, because he didn't even ask. He came over and said, it's over there, and put it under the opposing basket.
Let's see who's going to maybe guard the inbounds pass here for the Bruins.
So it's got to be McKeem Lattimore, right? No, it's going to be Liam Thompson guarding the inbound.
All right, everybody accounted for.
Big moment for Christian Carter here. He's got Matthew Stillwell in the backcourt and can't allow a fast break to the hoop and a baseball pass here.
After the made free throws, VC's going to have the run of the back on. Almost stolen by Phillips into the hands of Stillwell with 1 second left. His three-point attempt is off the side of the rim. And the Bellevue Bruins come away with a 67-65 victory over the visiting Briar Cliff University Chargers. With the win, the Bruins go to 5-9 overall. With the loss, the Chargers drop to 9-5.
All 5 of those wins coming in the den. The Bruins again defend home court tonight. I don't know. If you're Stillwell, I don't know if you can ask for a much better look with 3.8 seconds left. He was by himself right at the three-point line and one-handed it up to the rim. If he'd had just another half a second to set his feet, we might be talking about a different outcome tonight as the Bellevue fans and the women's basketball team cheer their male Bruins off the court tonight.
Everybody got their money's worth tonight on this one, as the Bruins had a lead as large as 12 at one point, but hang on to win it by 2, 67-65.
You win by 2 or you win by 12, it's still a win. Bellevue comes away with it tonight.
A good-looking W in the books for the Bruins as they continue to improve as the season progresses. On the night, the Bruins wind up shooting 46% from the floor to 42% for Briar Cliff. Bellevue makes 8 three-pointers to 6 for Briar Cliff. Bellevue makes 13 of 14 free throws, 93%. Excellent job from the free throw line. That helped bring the victory in.
Yeah, when they finally got there, they only had 2 free throws in this game when there was only 8 minutes left in this one. That was really the difference at the end of this, was Bellevue's ability to get to the charity stripe.
Bellevue wins the rebounding battle. That's always one of the keys to victory for head coach Lucas Gabriel. 33 boards to 29 for Briar Cliff. Neither team did well on the offensive glass, but strong defensive rebounding for both teams tonight. We hope to have head coach Lucas Gabriel come up to our broadcast position, maybe one of the players as well, to talk about tonight's contest, and then to say Merry Christmas and get ready for the post-Christmas tournaments that'll be coming up on the 29th and 30th of December here at the Lozier Center.
Mick, I mean, when you talk about what you made baskets, free throws, and all that, I don't know if we could talk enough about what Liam Thompson did defensively tonight. Just caused problems. Anytime anybody wearing blue came inside that three-point stripe, he was there and on them.
Both teams did a pretty good job of finding teammates. 14 assists on 23 made baskets for Bellevue, 13 assists on 23 buckets for Briar Cliff.
And Liam Thompson led Bellevue in assists tonight with 3. Not really what you expect out of your 4-man, but he really did it on both sides of the court tonight and hit those key free throws at the end of the game.
7 rebounds as well. An outstanding night for the redshirt freshman out of Arizona. Matthew Stillwell leads the way for Briar Cliff, as he's done most of the season. 17 points. Will Luger had 12, 9 for Blake Sindelar, also 9 for Tyrus Eichscheid. Garrett Trapp had 7, Quinn Vesey had 6, Jamison Helmers winds up with 5. For the Bellevue Bruins, Makeem Loudermill with 14, Jerome Bynum with 12, Jaden Phillips with 11, Nigel Wilson with 8, TJ Fritz and Caleb Chang and Christian Carter with 6 points apiece. 4 points for Liam Thompson.
You mentioned Stillwell led all scorers with 17. That's still 5 points under his season average. Great job by keeping 55 in check tonight. And we talked to Lucas Gabriel, and he said that was a big component of what they needed to do, and they got the job done.
It was a game of runs. Close on, it wasn't. It was a back-and-forth contest as the teams were very close. Then the Bruins went on a big run, held that lead for quite a while before Briar Cliff had a run in the second half to get close, tie it up at 65 with the Bruins with those 2 made free throws by Liam Thompson. Get the W on their side of the ledger.
In those last 4 minutes, despite what the scoreboard says, Briar Cliff outscored Bellevue 16-6, and that was the difference in the game almost for them, with their star player, Matthew Stillwell, getting a look at the basket with 1 second left.
Bruins had a 10-point lead at halftime, 39-29, but it was an 8-point advantage in the second half for Briar Cliff, 36-28. But the Bruins with 67 in total to get the W. A quick look ahead to our post-Christmas tournament. That's the Fairfield Inn and Suites Bruin Classic on Friday, December 29th. The Bruins will take on Mount Marty of the Great Plains Athletic Conference. A 7 o'clock tip-off for that one. And the next day, Saturday, December 30th, they'll take on Doane. Guess what? From the Great Plains Athletic Conference. And a 7 o'clock tip-off for that. Bellevue women also playing the 5 o'clock games on both of those days as part of the Fairfield Inn and Suites Bruin Classic. We'll give Coach another maybe minute or so as we look down the hallway toward the locker room.
He was very animated heading into the locker room, so I think he may have a few things to say to his team tonight. And I don't think any of that frustration comes with the guys on the court. He was a little irritated with the way things were going from the Zebras tonight.
And he was a prophet as well. He said we need to keep Briar Cliff out of transition. We need to limit the number of three-pointers, and we need to limit the number of easy layups given to the opponent. They needed to out-rebound them and get the ball inside. Bellevue did all 5 of those things. Here comes Coach. Good thing we waited.
Yeah, and you got your leading scorer, Markeem Lattimore, coming with him, too. Mick, I'm going to get out of here. Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy holidays to everybody listening, sir.
Jimmy, same to you.
How are we doing?
Doing well. Tell me that's water and not sweat.
Yeah, a little bit of both, probably. A little bit of both.
Joined now by Lucas Gable. A very animated game for you on the sidelines there, as you really wanted this one to be on the W column.
Yeah, our guys, we've been working so hard, and we've been on the short end of the stick this year on these games that are just coming down to a possession here, possession there, and we just couldn't find a way to win one. And you know, I mean, that's a team that's been receiving votes to be in the top 25 this entire season, and I mean, they've got some great wins on their resume already. And you know, I think 2 years ago they got us, and I think they got us the last 2 times we played them, actually, 2 in the last 3 years. So felt good to give them one, and I'm just proud of the guys for, you know, it became really a grinder's game at the end, and we came up with enough stops to do it. So I was proud of the guys.
And with the win, you tied the series history between Bellevue and Briarcliff. Each of you has won 11 times in that contest now. So, yeah, a little statistic to throw in there.
Great.
I thought you did a great job getting out to an early lead and maintaining it for a good chunk of the game until maybe the last 5 minutes or so, and then became a battle again.
They got a bunch of winners. You know, I mean, they have a bunch of guys that don't give up and they don't get discouraged, and they're relentless. They just keep coming at you and coming, and they got so many good shooters on the court, and they got themselves back in a position to try to steal it from us. And fortunately, we came up with some huge stops at the end, and you know, that was great for us.
That's a team that averages 82 points per game. You held them to 65 tonight, so kudos to the defense. Anything in particular that you did on the defensive end?
Well, we talked about, you know, trying to make every catch hard for them, every handoff hard. We wanted to make them not give them very many layups. We felt like against Morningside 2 nights ago, it just seemed like they lived on the rim on us, and we had kind of a talk as a team and said we got to be more prideful about not giving up the rim and making teams take outside contested shots to beat us. And I thought we did that tonight, you know, and so we still got to get better offensively, but you know, it's nice to know you can win a game when you don't play your best offense.
We talked before the game, and you talked about 5 different things you thought the Bruins needed to do to win. Keep it out of transition, limit 3-point attempts from Briarcliff's guards, don't give up layups, out-rebound them, and get the ball inside on the offensive end. You're a prophet. All 5 of those things came true for you tonight.
Well, I don't know if I'm a prophet, but I knew if we didn't do those things, it wouldn't go our way. So the guys knew what they had to do, and they did it. And I'm just proud. The guys did it all. You know, I tried to coach us out of it at the end, it seemed like. So I'm proud of the guy. The guys picked me up. It was great.
A good victory here as you take a little time off for the Christmas vacation. You've won 3 of the last 4 games. What's the schedule for you before you come back and partake in the Fairfield Inn & Suites post-holiday tournament?
Yeah, we're going to let the guys are going to go home and see their families. I'm sure some people are watching this and excited to see their kids coming home for the holidays. Everybody will be back on the 26th. We're going to practice on the night of the 26th, and we'll practice the 27th, 28th. Then we'll play, obviously, on Mount Marty on the 29th and Doane on the 30th. And, you know, we just told the guys we basically have 2 more weeks of practice and 2 games to get as good as we possibly can before we play Dakota State in our conference opener right here on January 6th. So we're just sticking with our same message and goal of being as good as we possibly can by January 6th. We're trying to get a little bit better each day. I think if you've been watching us, the difference between us now and what you watched the opening weekend and the opening 3 weekends, how much better we've gotten is defensively and offensively and taking care of the ball and our rebounding numbers. Did we out-rebound them?
Yes.
We did.
By 4.
Yep. So we early in the season, we didn't out-rebound anybody. I think the first 8 games of the year, we didn't out-rebound anyone. So we just keep chipping away at it and watching film, and guys just, it's hard when you're losing games, and for the guys that come back and have a good attitude and try to get better and not get discouraged. And one thing you got to love about our team is every day they come, and this guy especially, every day they come and they just fight through adversity and they bring great attitudes and they're coachable, and we just keep getting better. And so we feel good about that.
Keep up the good work. Congratulations on the W tonight. Hope you and your family and your coaches and their families and the players as well have a great Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to all of you.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, head coach Lucas Gabriel will hand off the headset now to Bruins senior forward Makeem Loudermill.
How you doing?
Welcome to the broadcast.
I'm glad you doing.
Good, doing well. Say hello to everybody here in the wonderful camera.
Hey,
One of the first things I always ask people, you're from Falcon, Arkansas. How did you find Bellevue, Nebraska from Falcon, Arkansas?
It kind of went down a couple of ways. My coach, my JUCO coach from out here, and, you know, he know a lot of people and got a lot of connection, you know, and Lucas Gabriel is one of his friends from out here, and, you know, just made it a possible connect for me, and, you know, it happened.
Last year you redshirted, injury. What was it like last year having to sit on the bench and watch all those other guys go up and down the floor and playing?
The last 2 years has actually been
That's right.
Yeah, the last 2 years has been kind of depressing. Because, you know, I'm pretty active. I like to be, you know, on the court, you know, feel like I got a part in something, you know. It's a good team, good program, you know. Their history is very good, and I want to be a part of that, you know. And just sitting down and just watching everybody have fun, I don't feel like I would have been a good part of that. And I'm actually glad to be back on the court. You know, I'm knocking off some rust still, but, you know, I'm just happy to be back playing after 2 years.
A great offensive line in the game tonight. 14 points, 6 of 9 field goal shooting, a couple of free throws, 4 rebounds. What doesn't show up there on the offensive end is defense, and that, I think, was a big part of tonight's victory. You held them to about 20 points under their season average. Talk about what you view as your role on defense.
You know, I'm playing undersized now. You know, I'm playing the undersized big position, so, you know, I got to bring more effort than I have in the past before in any game. Since I'm undersized, you know, I'm not underskilled. It's just, you know, these players are bigger, and I have to adjust. And, you know, adjusting with that, realizing I have to use my speed. Can't use strength all the time with certain people, you know, and then it's just adjusting with my teammates. You know, I love my teammates, man. That's some smart players, bro. They're very good at adjusting for me. They help me out a lot because they help me pick up the slack. I help them. Like, I just love this group. This is a good group.
It seems to be a very cohesive, a lot of good camaraderie amongst the players here today. What is your goal? And in the preseason coaches polling conference, they didn't give you a whole lot of love. I think Bellevue is predicted to be 5th out of the 7 teams in conference. You probably want to take that and show them and shove it, right?
They tell them keep sleeping on us. It's okay. We coming. Yeah, we coming.
That's coming up in January. A couple more games before then as part of the tournament post-Christmas. Give everybody that's listening in a hello and a wave to your family and friends listening in.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. We're going to be back in. We're going to get this conference stuff for y'all. Let's keep tapping in with us.
Very good. You're a natural, Makeem.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Makeem Loudermill, Bellevue forward/center, our guest on the post-game show tonight. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, that'll wrap it up for tonight. A big win for the Bellevue Bruins over a team receiving votes in the NAIA Coaches Top 25 on the season. 67-65, our final score. The Bruins pick up 3 wins in their last 4 games to head into the holiday break. That'll do it for tonight. Thanks again to Sean Malley. Thanks again to Trad Richardson, everybody who participated behind the scenes in the broadcast. Bill Mullins, the Associate Sports Information guy as well. And I wish you and your family happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We'll be back on December 29th and 30th with the postseason tournament. For now, signing off, Mick Krupski on the Bellevue Bruin Sports Network.